So we go out to that other place, and sure enough, there's two black bears, and this is him right here, that they had in their possession, man. And obviously, as you guys know, black bears are considered to be a threatened species in Texas. And so at this point, I'm just kind of like, all right, man, we got a lot going on here, and these dudes are some heavy hitters with somebody, you know. And after this comes out, you know, I ended up working because they didn't have the required permits. You cannot possess, obviously, a threatened species without permits. The alligator, you got to have permits as well. The tigers, there was actually a county ordinance that prohibited the possession of dangerous wild animals. And so we ended up working on the seizure of this. And little did I know, by the time I knew it, man, I was getting calls from everybody. The FBI, DEA, ATF, everybody's calling. Like, hey, man, we heard you got some tigers. I was like, yeah. I was like, they were like, well, we got a bunch of heavy hitters that are posing with white tigers in this area. We just don't know where it's coming from. I was like, well, I know where they're at, man. Like, I met the dudes. Well, I ended up talking to them, and they end up calling me in, and they're like, hey, we got to know, man, like, who are you talking to? So they pulled out this big old board. I felt like I was in a movie, and they have all these mugshots, these pictures. And I'm literally going through them, and I'm like, oh, not that guy, not that guy. And they're like, oh, I go to the very top, the main guy that's pyramided off of him. Like, yeah, he was calling me. I was talking to him. And they're like, you were talking to so-and-so? They were like, yeah. I was like, we haven't seen him in 10 years. We've been looking for him. I was like, well, he's calling me on my cell phone, guys. So I was like, he's telling me not to take his tigers. And we ended up seizing his tigers. He ends up getting picked up by the U.S. Marshals shortly after that. And whenever they were going through his phone, they ended up finding that cub bear. He was taking the cub bear a bath. And so I was like, all right, cool. The bear came from here. What happened was they were walking that bear that night, that cub bear. That was a cub from those two bears that you have a picture of. And he heard the vehicles passing on 83. Well, he had associated those vehicles with food. So he took off running towards a road and got hit. And that was the picture of that black bear that I had received in the first place. And so we ended up seizing the bears. They ended up going up to a zoo. And the tigers ended up going to a sanctuary here in Texas